God is good, and with each day that passes brings us a day closer to the launch of Pantheon Rise of the Fallen. This is the Nate the Napalm channel, and if you are new here, please consider subscribing, especially if you're interested in Pantheon related content on our march to launch. Today, guys, I have quite a bit of news because the Pantheon newsletter for January 2021 is now out, and there's a lot of really great information here. So I want to start this off with talking about a few things. So during this, we're going to be talking about the further funding that Pantheon has received. We'll talk about the state of the game, where they're at right now, new team members, and what their plans for 2021. And they got some big news upcoming very soon as well. Before we begin, I do want to give a big shout out to the members of Napalm. Thank you all so very much. You keep this channel alive and keep me able to do what I love to do, which is talk about MMORPGs and RPGs, CRPGs, all that kind of thing. So thank you so much for your support. Couldn't do it without you. And if you're interested in becoming a member, please click the join button down below for more information and a list of perks. Okay guys, here's the deal. So they got some additional funding, 7 figures, which means $1 million or more from a private group. They're not disclosing who it is, and although this isn't enough for full funding, it definitely gives Visionary Realms that nice little kick to allow them to get that evaluation build, they say, out to additional potential partners and to hit some major milestones in 2021. They've also added Chris Cronenthal to their board, and he comes with a very rich, diverse business background, so I think that's a wonderful thing, especially if you look into him and see all the things that he's done. I think it's a very good move, and I'm pretty impressed. That's a pretty big name to pull on board, so I'm very excited about that. Now, of course, as far as the state of the game, they go on to talk about that, which I've covered pretty extensively here on the channel, but I'll definitely have a link for that down below, which was the Pantheon stream with Co-Carnage that aired back on January 10th. Now, this was a 2-hour gameplay session that demonstrated the culmination of the work of Pantheon over the past several months in a playable experience that demonstrates all of Pantheon's major features, mainly, or most of them at least, including the perception system, ability mastery, stealth, climbing, climates, crafting, harvesting, dispositions, atmospheres, and combat. So it's the evaluation build that they're going to be using to demonstrate the game to interested parties throughout this year. Now, in addition to what was seen on the stream, the evaluation build contains a lobby area that will not be included in the shipped game. This lobby serves as a portal for evaluators to quickly and easily jump between different tiers of content without having to spend weeks or months building up their characters. So an easy way for people to hop in and see what the game is and experience it on different levels of what we might see, except they can experience it faster, obviously, so they can kind of digest it quicker. Now, some of the team is currently working on a few final touches in terms of polishing this build, while others are already in the next milestones. This includes what you would expect, such as environmental work for new zones, more classes updated to the new system, and so on. So then they go on to talk about what's coming in 2021. So here's what they say. While we are not yet ready to go into too much detail until the planning stages are finalized, we are looking at several big milestones this year. These milestones include game progress, but also back-end tech supporting the game, web, and other systems. We have some exciting prospects this year on partnerships as well, which span the gamut from potential business partners to potential creative partners to potential marketing partners. Again, this shouldn't be considered as any form of announcement, but rather an update as to the opportunities in front of us this year. We will have more to share over the coming months with more details as to the concrete milestones and their expected delivery dates. So I thought this was a pretty big deal because they're actually saying, yes, we're going to give you a little bit more information. We're going to try to nail down some dates for you on the delivery of some of these milestones. Also, let's take a real quick look again at what they said there with their partners, because they did say potential business partners, obviously publishers, things like that. They also mentioned creative partners and marketing partners. So that's where I got a little excited, obviously, content creation and that kind of thing. So, hey, here I am. Woo! Here I am, BR. But anyway, So I think that this is good. Obviously, I think 2021 is going to be the year that we see Pantheon really fall into its lane as to what it is, as to expanding and more people finding out about it, and as well as just seeing from this point forward, it's going to go fast, right? They got the pipelines laid out in the development of the game, and things are just moving better ever since they fixed that coding issue they had way back when. So I think this looks really good, and I mean, it's getting more obvious now that the game is headed towards launch than it had in the past. And also, I'd like to mention that with all the changes that they have made as far as the coding, etc., and the way that the game is looking and feeling now as of the latest update, you can definitely feel it, right? Like the game is much smoother and just a better experience now than it ever has been. Also, they talked about new team members, so they said that their team is still growing. Late last year, they were able to bring on another QA specialist with Mark Fusoya Maranglino. Some of you may remember Mark from Vanguard Saga of Heroes, initially as the monk class lead, and later worked further with overall combat balance and ability design. Mark is a longtime Pantheon backer and community lurker, and is excited to join the QA team on Pantheon and help squash some bugs. Also, they welcome back the Blue-Eye Gator Russell, who has rejoined the team as the Human Resources Manager. She had joined the team back in 2014, assisting a lot of the HR processes, but also led the efforts in customer service. She has over 20 years of HR and customer service support experience working for Fortune 500 companies. Since her return, she is now able to focus completely on HR-related functions, and they are all, of course, very overjoyed to have her professional and skill set and sage experience and friendly personality back. Then they go on to say, we have a lot more to share this year, and we will be letting you know about it all as soon as the ink dries. In the meantime, drop on by the forums or visit them, of course, on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for the latest updates and discussions. So it was a really good newsletter. It was just it was quick, and it was to the point, right? So I'm sure that this is basically some information they want to get out to us about the moves and shakes going on, and it's very exciting if you're a Pantheon fan to see that they got some more funding, and they're still looking for that publisher deal, the right one, by the way, the one that's going to fit with the vision of the game and what Pantheon is. And I cannot stress enough that if you have not seen the Co-Carnage stream, you've got to go check it out. Bazgrim TV also did a quick summary of it, and I also picked out all the really cool moments that I found in it right here on this channel as well. Definitely want to see that though. So if you don't have the full 2 hours, check out my video, which I popped through all the main things I felt like and all the cool beans that was shown there. But also Bazgrim did a really good video as well, and I'll put the link for all that down in the description down below if you don't have 2 hours. But if you have the 2 hours to spend, then just go check out the full thing and watch it, because it's amazing just the amount of detail and that attention to detail, and just the battles look better, the world, and once again, this is kind of a demo kind of thing, right, to run them through scenarios, but it doesn't matter, because when you see this, you know what this means for the full potential of the game and the world of Terminus when it's done. But anyway, guys, that is the information we got from the January 2021 update, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that you're as excited as I am that we are getting to that point that actually we can taste launch now, right? We can taste it, and we are certainly, absolutely a day closer. And guys, thank you for joining me. Hope you enjoyed the video. Leave me a comment down below what you think about all of these changes and things upcoming in 2021 and all that kind of thing. And of course, I'm going to give one more big shout out to the members of Napalm. Thank you all so very much for what you do in supporting this channel. Could not do this without you. And if you're interested in becoming a member and joining the Napalm channel, please click the join button down below for more information and a list of perks. And of course, until next time, guys, God bless and happy gaming.
Please listen to what I say. I've been making videos all day. It's a video buffet, you can even hit replay. But please just subscribe. I can't even describe being part of my tribe. I'll even offer you a prize, but just please just subscribe and hit the bell notification too.